Today it's time for my video review of The Dangerous Book for Boys. As its name implies, it is a dangerous book. It's definitely a book for boys. Trust me, it just might be. There's a lot of good content in here. When I opened this book up and I looked inside and saw the skull and crossbones, I should have probably closed it, but I didn't. So I kept reading. Let's just say I've learned a lot. Like, let's see, there's a lot of good stories in here. There's stories about like old stuff like the Alamo that happened a long time ago that we all have to learn about in history class anyway. How to marble paper, make a paper hat bomb, or boat and water bomb. Those are fun. They're like water grenades. I've made them. Oh yeah, I've taken the stuff in here. There's Morse code and U.S. naval flag codes. The rules of rugby. Famous battles, like I said. Something about fish. How to make your own homemade bow and arrow. That is probably the most useful part of this book. Stuff about dinosaurs. Like, did you know that Compsognathus, its name means pretty jaw? I'm gonna go up to someone and say, "Hey, pretty jaw, Compsognathus." They're gonna be like, "What?" I'm gonna be like, "Compsognathus." I'm gonna leave. And they're gonna be like freaking out because they don't know what I'm saying. I do stuff like that some days when I'm bored. I don't know why. There's also like how to make a tree house. Unfortunately, there's not very many trees by my house that would be suitable for a tree house anyway. So you have to probably go do it on a light pole, but it'd probably work the same way. Make a light pole house. Stuff about making a battery. The 5 knots every boy should know. Greatest paper airplanes in the world. Just a lot of awesome stuff. This is a good book. Now, I bought it in Canada. I don't know if it's in America or if it's just a Canadian book or if it's different down here. But this is a sweet book. I mean, it was only $18 in Canada. And everything's expensive in Canada. Well, not everything, but most everything. Anyway, it is a sweet book, and it's made by someone whose last name is Iggulden. Or Iggulden. I don't know how you want to say that. You decide. Maybe they'll see my video and yell at me for pronouncing their last name wrong. But it is a cool book. There could have been a little bit more about explosives in it, but there was an artillery section, so I guess that's okay. Good book. Go buy it. But don't tell your parents necessarily that there's like stuff about like, artillery in it, because they'd be like, "OMG, we're not letting you buy stuff about artillery because we don't want you to blow up the house in the middle of the night with an artillery bomb." And you'll be like, "Oh, I won't, Mom." And they'll be like, "Yes, you will." And I'll be like, "No, I won't." But my parents let me buy it. My book. Mine. And they'll be like, "Boom," because you shot them, because you read the book and there was an explosion. And they'll be like, "Oh, that didn't hurt." And you'll be like, "See, it's not dangerous." And they'll be like, "You're right, it's not dangerous. You can have the book. It's a good book. Go buy it. It will make you happy."